There's no need to bother that person.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Oh no, everything is fine, thank you. My room is quite pleasant. The news travels fast. Checkmate in 3 moves. There's no need to bother that person. 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 The bear was killed for ordering Flint's death without following the spire's normal procedures. Only Cornelia and Ferguson had motives to kill Pennington, and they are also the only ones who had access to the ventilation duct to cut the string at the time of the murder. One of them must be the murderer. I'm going to confront them. Test passed with flying colours. I would like you to go down to reception, if you don't mind.
You want to search my room? Do it. Search it all you like. I'll go.
Could you please come down to the reception? It's time for me to share what this new investigation has revealed.
If it can exonerate me, I'll come down.
So, did the police still need you?
I'm sparing you the details, but the case is definitely closed this time. However, I just learned that Pennington has been killed.
Yes, that's right. A police officer just arrived. I've made him wait.
I've been told that you're investigating. Do you need help?
No, I think I've solved Pennington's murder.
Oh, really? So soon? I'm impressed. Please continue. For once, I only need to observe.
If you don't mind. As you know, Mr. Pennington was found dead, electrocuted in his bathtub. The wall lamp had come loose from the wall. It was clear to me that the lamp had been rigged with a string connected through a ventilation grate, but no one could have entered the room to trigger the trap.
A murder.
The trap could only have been triggered from the ventilation grate in Ferguson's room. Only 2 people were present in the room at the time of the murder, Ferguson and Cornelia. One of them killed Pennington.
I've had it with you accusations.
I don't understand anything about your story.
I'm just getting started. We first need to talk about Mr. Pennington. Thanks to documents I retrieved at the time of Ricchetti's arrest, I discovered the true identity of Andrew Pennington. He is more than just the manager of the Ridgway family finances. He is also the head of a criminal organization called The Spire. They are involved in arms trafficking on an international level. Want to start a revolution? They'll supply every bullet. Ricchetti worked as a hitman for them.
Pennington was a crime lord? I knew he was corrupt, but to that extent.
I also discovered that Pennington was connected to my 2 suspects. Let's start with Cornelia. You were born into wealth, but your family was ruined by Pennington and Lynette's father, who was also part of the Spire. You knew this, and you decided to take your revenge.
You're wrong. My father caused his own ruin.
Let's next have a look at Mr. Ferguson. Beneath his hippie facade, he comes from one of the richest families in England. You might say, but he lives in poverty, away from his family. In this case, clothes don't make the man, and his family was targeted by the Spire to be stripped of their fortune. He takes luxurious trips with the family's money and enjoys a lavish life. Killing Pennington would ensure he could maintain that lifestyle.
What is this Spire? I've never heard of it. It sounds like the villains in a James Bond movie.
The Spire is real enough. I can prove it. So, both suspects have a motive to kill Pennington. Here's how the murder happened. isn't it? Think! No, that doesn't work. Almost. No way! I don't think so. Plan is clever. Clever yet simple. The murderer waits for Pennington to take his bath. The killer locks himself in the bathroom next to Pennington's bathroom, opens the ventilation grate, and cuts the invisible fishing line holding the wall lamp. The lamp falls into the bath, electrocuting Pennington and blowing the fuses. Miss Van Schuler alerts the receptionist when she sees the bathwater spilling into the hallway.
A little genius. this murderer. Very little fuss or bother. Your explanations are very clear, Miss Royce. But there's a small problem.
I see where you're going with this. That's right. There's a missing piece to the puzzle. How did the murderer manage to set the trap? We know that the wall lamp had been deliberately unscrewed and hooked to a string at the grate. All of this could only have been done from inside Pennington's room. But when? No one could have entered Pennington's room from the time we arrived tonight until his death, because we all dined together. And then he went up to his room. The trap must have been set up well in advance.
But when? We just arrived.
Today is your second visit to this hotel. You were all in the hotel a few days ago, before the boat departure for Abu Simbel, Cornelia too. The room could have been entered then and the trap rigged. So the trap was set and only waiting to be triggered after the return from the cruise.
But I had the same room as last time.
If I may, we always give the same room to a guest if we know they will be returning to the hotel. You all had the same room as before the cruise. Since there were no complaints, the hotel arranged for everyone to return to the same rooms.
There's a way to be sure. I'll show you how. I'm a big girl. I can do it myself. He has already said everything he knows. He has nothing left to teach me. She doesn't have any evidence that could help me. Nothing in her testimony can help me here. The news travels fast, but that's not the evidence I'm looking for. Checkmate in 3 moves, but that's not the evidence I'm looking for. 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 Here is the evidence that condemns the guilty party. I can therefore identify the culprit with certainty. Cornelia, you killed Pennington.
My cousin? Unthinkable.
But what is in that register to accuse her?
It is certain that Pennington's and Cornelia's rooms were intentionally switched in the logbook. The receptionist reiterated that he always assigns the same room.
But what happened with this logbook?
It's simple. It was Cornelia who swapped the rooms in the logbook. The night before the cruise departure, she set the trap in her room, then took advantage of the receptionist's sleep to falsify the logbook. If they were not asleep, a diversion needing their attention could be arranged. As a result, Pennington's future room was rigged. All she needed was to get closer to Ferguson during the cruise, because she knew he would have the neighbouring room, ensuring she could trigger the trap at the right moment.
Human nature will never cease to disappoint me.
Our relationship was sincere. I truly appreciate you.
Cornelia, it's time for you to tell us the truth.
Yes, it is time. For my 21st birthday, my mother confessed the truth about my father to me. I had always believed he had caused our family's ruin with his bad investments. In reality, it was Lynette's father, aided by Pennington, who stole all of our family's fortune. My father was swindled by them and couldn't bear the humiliation. I started to hate those two men. But I never held anything against Lynette. She was innocent and a good person. When we arrived at the hotel, I discovered that Pennington was there. I saw it as a sign. I was finally going to be able to fulfill the vengeance I had wished for years.
I understand your thirst for vengeance better than anyone, but it won't ease your pain.
My dear, I didn't know. I'm sorry. I should have been there for you more.
I wish I could stay a little longer, but I have to go back to London.
I would have enjoyed traveling back with you, but I'm staying a few more days. I might, finally, be able to relax and enjoy Egypt. If it is not impolite to ask, what are you going to do when you return to England, Miss Royce?
I'm not taking on any new cases right away. There's more I need to know about Emmy's murderers. I'm going to dig deeper into the Spire organization.
It is a big case you're tackling, Miss Royce. A dangerous one. I wish you the best of luck. Please, keep me informed. And if there is anything Poirot can do, please just ask.
It's been a pleasure, Mr. Poirot.
For me as well, mademoiselle. Of course, there were 1 or 2 points in your summation of the crime where you erred.
What? When? Why didn't you speak up during my explanation?
But you were doing so well, and I knew you were doing it. You needed to do it. For your dear Emmy. Let it never be said Poirot does not recognize when love speaks. It is better just to listen.
I wish we could share it, Emmy.